say then, some afternoon, this, our last match of this opening session, comes from Group D, same group as Dave Chisnall and Connor Scott. Connor Scott, brilliant in a 5-0 win over Chizzy earlier on. Maybe surprised a few people with that one. But Ross Smith up against Richie Edhouse here, making up Group D. Richie Edhouse, well, we just heard from him a moment ago, chatting with Abby. Man of the moment, really. Surprise winner of the European Championship a few weeks ago. What a weekend for him out in Dortmund. First big TV title. So what can he do here? Up against Ross Smith this afternoon, who came through the qualifier last week to book his spot back here. 3 previous appearances at the Grand Slam. Only once has he made it out the group stage. Didn't qualify back last year. So back after a year away. Right then, for the last time this afternoon, let's head to comms and join Abby Davies and Mark Webster.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant opening afternoon at this year's Grand Slam, and a brilliant tie to end the afternoon. We've got a former European champion against the new European champion. Richie Edhouse has had a brilliant year and put in some display over in Dortmund just a couple of weeks ago. His tournament average was just shy of 99 in lifting that trophy, and he's burst onto scene through winning that event just like this man did. Unfortunately, he relinquished that prize money 2 weeks ago, but had a really good run in the qualifiers to get here, and he's bouncing back from losing out in the qualifiers last year in the final round. So it's a brilliant tie, it's a brilliant group. Connor Scott has put the marker down with a brilliant display this afternoon, Abby, and it promises to be a great tournament.
It certainly does, especially if Madhouse continues to produce darts like that. Been a real force to be reckoned with on the Euro Tour in 2024. And even though he didn't pick up a Euro Tour title, he did manage to go all the way in the big one at the end, a first major title. He averaged in excess of 120 on the floor recently as well, the second highest average recorded in 2024. I'm certainly feeling confident ahead of this one. Why wouldn't he?
It was some display, wasn't it? And sometimes when you get these surprise winners, you think draws open up. It didn't open up in the opening couple of rounds. He made it happen for himself. There was a brilliant display against Van Veen. The last leg decider is Michael Smith, and he was the deserved winner. He was a surprise winner, but he deserved his moment of glory in Dortmund, Richie Edhouse. And now there's the expectancy when we watch him, and he's got to deal with that. It's all different for Richie, but a brilliant 12 months for him.
Yeah, it did feel like something big on the TV was coming, didn't it, given those performances on the Pro Tour. And this for a breaker throw early on.
Yeah, he's got time with it as well. Yeah, it's fine. That would have been the minimum requirement, just lay it up, and 12 darts thrown, and there's 3 in hand if needed for the breaker throw against Ross here.
Ross Smith not got going in this opening leg. And it is a breaker throw for Richie Edhouse. Superb start for him, but when it comes to Smudger, Webby, I don't know about you, but it feels like he's not performed as well in the second half of 2024 as he did in the opening few months. Of course, he'll feel like he should have 2 Euro Tour titles to his name. Of course, lost in finals to Gary Anderson and Dave Chisnall. They weren't high-quality finals, but he feels that he should have won them.
Yeah, look, you win a major title like he did a few years ago, and it's a great feeling. But I know these players operate. That would have lingered on his brain this year, because it's a 2-year cycle. He has to defend that prize money, and his ranking has dropped. So I'm not saying it's a blank canvas for him now, but I think he'll be a little more relaxed now with the fact the prize money's come off, and he can just focus on a run at the Grand Slam, performing at the Worlds again. And don't worry too much about Ross. He'll obviously be a bit disappointed he didn't get over the line those Euro Tour finals, but a classy operator.
Yeah, we know, of course, Ross Smith, one of the most prolific 180 hitters in the world, switching there to great effect.
He hit 9 in a group match against Michael van Gerwen a few years ago to get him through. The only time he's got through the group, Ross Smith, it's his 4th appearance. He got eliminated in a group that had me in it as well, poor lad. What his early days, man.
Do you ever get over something like that?
Well, he clearly has. This for a 2-leg lead. This is big for Edhouse. He's taking his time, wants to back up the break. And he has done. Solid start and a big celebration. 2-0 Edhouse.
Yeah, speaking to Richie Edhouse in the build-up to this match, and he was saying that until he won that major, he didn't really realise how highly regarded he was amongst fellow professionals, all the messages he was receiving from the likes of Luke Littler, Stephen Bunting, and took him by surprise somewhat at how popular a figure he is.
Yeah, he's a brilliant dart player. He's a good guy with it as well. He's not going to ever be one of these flash players. He's a no-nonsense player, likes to get on with it. And everything he gets will be on merit, and he's worked hard at the game. He's dropped off the tour at times but come back, and now he's having the best period of his career, and it's all deserved, and he's making more inroads here. Ross Smith's got to be careful here.
Yeah, you look at the numbers that Ross Smith has been producing of late, and it's been a real mixed bag from him. You can see the frustration really starting to kick in now for him. Are you noticing anything different with the way that he's playing, or do you think that maybe this is just one of those spells for him?
He's a big scorer, isn't he? And if he's not scoring, it's going to be a problem for Ross Smith, and he's not scoring big here. He's averaging lower in 80, and that's his main strength, and it's not happening here. Unfortunately, you don't get time in group games at the Grand Slam. It's a race to 5, and you go down a breaker throw, it's hard. You go down a double break, you're almost done.
Yeah, looks a dejected figure already, doesn't he, Ross Smith? He's going to get a look at this 1-2-4, but look at the pressure that he's going to be under.
Oh, this is huge for Ross Smith. Tension, that dart landed really low, yeah, and again, it's not happening for Smith. Could be 3-0 in a double break. We've seen Chisnell get beaten to 0 in this group. We could be staring at the same scoreline here.
Having to move across. And they were not badly thrown darts, were they? But Ross Smith, really important that he takes this opportunity.
Tops for a settler. Again, he's not reaching, is he, Ross Smith? More opportunities for Edhouse. He's already missed 3 for the leg.
And at the 4th time of asking, Richie Edhouse does extend his advantage in this one. Yeah, Ross Smith, prior to the Grand Slam qualifiers, 4 of his 11 averages were in the 80s. He's not even up at that mark at the moment, around 77.
Yeah, you can't let players break your throw in 19 darts. And could be Ross Smith, Dave Chisnell in the next game. Effectively, one of them's done. They both lose to 0. I mean, the approach is for Ross Smith now, if he does lose this game, he just wants Edhouse to rattle through the group and win it, and he just wins the other 2 and takes second spot. It saves complicating things, but it'll concern Ross, the performance level at the minute.
What Scott has done shouldn't be too much of a surprise either. Just won his tour card back, of course. will have his eyes on getting back into the top 64 before the end of the year.
He was unlucky last year. He kind of he needed to be getting him prize to keep his card, didn't he? But good attitude, good player, and good to see him on the Grand Slam stage and making an impact.
Richie Edhouse more than making an impact in this one. Double 18 to move within one.
Well, these may be Ross Smith's last starts. This is a disappointing performance. Average of just above 75. More match starts for Edhouse.
And he does move within one, Richie Edhouse.
Got ahead of myself there, match starts. I think I've got Edhouse fever. Still work to do.
Can't blame you, you're believing in the sleeve. It happens to the best of us.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Ross Smith won't be believing in himself much at the minute, because when you're 4-0 down, you want to clutch to something to try and get yourself back in it, and it's a below par display.
Ross Smith with just one dart at double in this match, that coming in leg 3.
The raised arms there, that's only his second 2-treble visit of the match. So un-Ross Smith like this performance. I know he hasn't been playing well of late, but having got through the qualifiers, I thought that burden of defending the prize at the European Championship's gone as well.
95.
Just clattered into that first dart, prevents himself from a dart at the bullseye. So for the match, another one in there for double 5, single for the bull. A dart at bullseye for the match. And he just drags it low, got the line right.
I assure you that one was for the match as well. But Ross Smith, just to keep his faint hopes alive, this is going to be awkward. He's looking to the left side. Oh, he went to the right side. What a dart! And credit to Ross Smith. He's not feeling great about himself. He had one dart at double in leg 3, which he pulled really low, but he gets himself in the match. You'd still expect Edhouse to close it out from here, but a little bit of hope for Ross now.
Stepping back up on a major stage for the first time since picking up your maiden major. You can't really ask for much more from yourself, can you?
I'm not going to make a comparison to Luke Humphries, it's different, but Luke Humphries won a maiden major and walked in every event thinking he can win. Richie Edhouse is walking in here feeling like a champion, and as long as he believes he can add to that, that's all that matters. He just looks super relaxed. He's enjoying being in another major event, which he qualified for because of winning the European Championships. And look at this display, 105 average, call it, 4-1 on Ross Smith, and looking to close it out in style.
Richie Edhouse had previously played 3 matches in the Grand Slam. His highest average, 87.5. He's currently averaging in excess of 104. He's going to get more match darts, double 16, and he does manage to get his second ever victory on the Grand Slam stage. His previous come-in against Lisa Ashton. This one, though, mightily impressive. It's an average of 104 in getting the better of Ross Smith, who was certainly below par in that one. Really struggled to make anything happen at all. Not a single 180 for Smudger in that one. 3 for Edhouse, a high checkout of 120 in the match. The reigning European champion is looking very, very good. Believe in the sleeve, most certainly.
Yeah, well, we probably shouldn't we? Richie Edhouse then up and running at this year's Grand Slam of darts. Like Abby said, some good stats as well. A 104.